Y'all want to talk about wrestling? Yeah, y'all want to talk about wrestling. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Just Adri. If you're new here, my name is Adriana, and on my channel I discuss black television shows, Asian dramas, anime, and I do gaming live streams. But today I ain't doing none of that because we is talking about wrestling. Yes, so I've actually talked about wrestling on my channel before, and I did a trip down memory lane in regards to that terrible story of when Kurt Angle was stalking Charmel. I'll post the link somewhere, either on screen or in the description box. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Wrestlemania that happened last weekend, and because it's Thursday, it's been like almost a week since that happened, but you know, I be working and I only have like a few times to record. So it's Thursday, I'm recording this. This video should go up either Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll see. But yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's talk about it. So of course we're gonna start with night one of the event, which was Saturday. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone because I gotta, notes. So the very first match for WrestleMania weekend was the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. And it's very interesting because WrestleMania opened with the Bloodline and it closed with the Bloodline. So yeah. But anyways, so that was the first match. It went for like 6 minutes and 55 seconds. It was good starting off, but of course Rick Boogs got legitimately injured, so they had to cut the match short, but the Usos ended up retaining. All things considered, I mean, I don't think you can really rank this fairly considering that we had a legit injury. So I don't think you can really rate this match fairly considering that Rick Boogs got injured like early on. So I'm just going to not rate it, but I will say that all four of them looked cute. Especially I like Shinsuke and Rick Boogs outfits and color combinations. Like, it was really nice. Alright, moving on to the second match. Drew McIntyre versus Baron Corbin. Well, Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. It went for 8 minutes and 35 seconds. I'm not gonna hold you. I have little interest in this match. It was okay. Like, I thought it was pretty good. Like, it was okay. It was fine for what it was. So I'm going to give it 3 rocks. So after that match, we had The Miz and Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio and his baby boy, Dominic. This match went on for 11 minutes and 15 seconds. And you know, I also did not have much interest in this match, but it was okay. It was actually pretty impressive to see how well Logan Paul performed. Like, honestly, all the celebrity guests this year actually did like a good job in their respective matches. So I'm gonna give this match 3.5 rocks. The 0.5 because of Logan Paul and his performance. Alright, next up we have Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the Women's Championship, the Raw Women's Championship. Okay, so full disclosure, women's wrestling is my preferred wrestling. Like, I don't watch all the male matches, but I'll try my best to watch all the women's matches. But let me first say, this match for me gets 4.5 rocks. Okay? Like, very good storytelling. I love the storytelling. I love the parts of the match where it wasn't as smooth because it felt more real. Like, it felt like, hey, these girls are desperate for this championship. Becky's desperate to keep it. Bianca really wants to gain it back because she was humiliated, and it's like they're telling a good story and their movements show that, and I loved every bit of it. So yes, this match definitely gets 4.5 rocks from me, okay? And I love the outcome, okay? We love Bianca Belair over here, honey. Yes, we do. Also, this match went on for 19 minutes and 10 seconds, so almost 20 minutes. That's pretty good, yo. Alright, so after that, we have the longest match for the night that clocked in at 21 minutes and 40 seconds, and that was Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins. Side note, my mom got really annoyed by the fact that they kept calling him Seth freaking Rollins. She's like, how many times they gonna call that man freaking? It's crazy that's his legit middle name at this point. But yeah, so You know, the crowd was very hyped because Cody Rhodes returned to WWE. No cap, I didn't watch AEW much. I watched it really for the girls, Slow Jade and Red Velvet and all the other girls. But yeah, so I didn't recognize it was Cody when the music played. But you know what? The match itself was pretty good. I'm gonna give the match 4 rocks because it was pretty good. It's not 4.5 rocks because I just prefer Becky versus Bianca. That's just me. That's just my opinion. But yeah, it definitely gets 4 rocks because it was a good match. And let me say, Seth's outfit was like very unique and interesting. Like it had like this whole like rock star but diva thing going on, and I was like, you know what? I like this. I can dig it. Alright, so next we have Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. I would give this match 3 rocks. It wasn't what I expected. It was a little, something felt off. It's hard to explain, but it's not exactly what I expected to happen. And I did not expect that outcome. Like, I know a lot of people would not have been satisfied either way if it was Charlotte who won or if it was Ronda who won. Personally, I did prefer Ronda because I actually kind of like her a little bit. And I'm kind of tired of Charlotte always having a championship. Again, that's just me. But yeah, it would have been nice to see Ronda beat Charlotte and give the belt to somebody else. But folks are thinking that Ronda might actually win the title at WrestleMania Backlash. So, you know, if that happens, you know it happens. Alright, so moving on to our final match for WrestleMania Saturday. Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Clocking in at 13 minutes and 55 seconds. And it was a no-hold-bars match. We first started off as a little talking, a little jarring, a little jaw-jacking on the Kevin Owens show. But then Kevin Owens was like, fight me. And Stone Cold was like, okay, I'll fight you. So then they got the scrapping. And honestly, this match was way better than I was expecting. Because I thought it was going to be like, oh, why did you agree to this, Stone Cold? Like, naturally, he's 57. He don't move as fast as he used to. But, you know, for a 57-year-old guy, and compared to, you know, other guys that come back in, you know, their later years in life, he did pretty good. I'm not gonna hold you. Now, there is a part of me, honestly, that's like, dang, The Rock ain't your last competitor. Like, that match you have with The Rock is not your last match anymore, because that one was special. But this one's special in its own way because, you know, it's like he finally got his win, and, you know, that was actually my first time ever seeing Stone Cold wrestle on a on a live premium event in real time. So that was nice. And a lot of people who are like way younger than me got to see it for their first time. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's special in its own way. So, you know, I'm not gonna hold you. So I will give this match 4.5 raw. Alright, so that was WrestleMania Saturday. Let's move on to the next day, WrestleMania Sunday, where we had one more match. So WrestleMania Saturday had 7 matches, WrestleMania Sunday had 8 matches. Let's talk about it. So the very first match on WrestleMania Sunday was for the Raw Tag Team Championships, and it was RK Bro versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. Clocked in at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. RK Bro ended up being the winners. This match was very entertaining. I really liked it a lot. I think I would have preferred if the Street Profits won because, I don't know, it feels like the Street Profits ain't really getting much. I think they've held the titles on the main roster once, maybe twice. I could be wrong about that. But you know, this match is very entertaining. It has some good spots, especially those 2 RKOs that Riddle and Randy Orton did. That was pretty dope. So I will give this match 4 rocks. Alright, so after that match we had Bobby Lashley versus Omos. It clocked in at 6 minutes 35 seconds. A lot of people don't like Omos. I don't really get the hate. Like, I don't. Like, he's a big man. He's actually not too bad as far as big men go. People just like to hate. But the match was cool. The match was cool. I mean, there's really not much to say. It was only 6 minutes, so it's really not much to say. So I'm going to give the match 3 rocks. Then we had Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. And this match lasted for 14 minutes and 25 seconds. And it was titled an Anything Goes match. Yo, this match was so funny. Like, this man lost because he got trapped in a giant mouse trap. Like, I love goofy shenanigans like that. I was like, he's in a mouse trap. Yo, I love goofiness. Like, I have a goofy sense of humor. So between that and the giant hand smacking him in the face, and the fact that Party Boy got in there and started stripping and dancing, and Wee Man, you know, that was impressive. Wee Man body slamming Sammy, that was very impressive. So that, and then the random power going off. I love shenanigans in wrestling. Like, I do. It's like, I know some people don't like 24/7 championship shenanigans, but I love them because it's so goofy. I love goofy. So yeah. So yeah, that was one of my favorite matches of the weekend, and I'm going to give that match 4.5 rocks. I know I ranked that higher than some other matches, but you know what? Wrestling is subjective. So you like what you like and you don't like what you don't like, okay? I'm not saying I am the world expert on wrestling. I'm just saying what I liked. And I like that match. And I like the fact that that man lost because he got trapped in a giant rat trap. That's hilarious. I stand by that. Alright, so after that match, we had the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for Women's Tag Team Championships. Can't talk. And that match clocked in at 10 minutes and 50 seconds. And that match featured the champions Carmella and Queen Zelina versus Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks and Naomi. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you off the rip, I'm not really a big fan of this type of match across the board, honestly, but especially in the women's division, because WWE almost always give the women less time than they give the men. So it kind of feels like they just shove however many people they can into a match at Wrestlemania. It never fails. Never fails. At least one match often will have like 6, 8, 10, even more women in it, just for the sake of getting like all these people on screen. And you know what, I kind of think that's a little jacked up, especially in 2022. Like, y'all can't break the feuds up a little more. Like, it couldn't just been Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Naomi and Sasha, and you could have had like Shayna fight Rhea, or like Liv fight Shayna, or no, you couldn't put another feud. Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan. Like, if y'all actually, listen, I'm gonna go on a rant. If y'all would actually make Shayna the badass that she was in NXT, and everybody roots for Liv. Liv is basically almost always cast as the underdog. So make Shayna the badass she was from NXT. Make Liv the scrappy underdog. You got a feud right there. Or I could write a feud for Natalya and Rhea. Natalya, the seasoned veteran. Rhea, the new competitor that has achieved a lot in her short time in both NXT and the main roster. Natalya is jealous and threatened by Rhea. There you go. There goes storyline. Y'all could have just simply made at least one other storyline with the girls. Like, you had 8 matches on WrestleMania Sunday. You could have had 8 matches on WrestleMania Saturday. Like, if you would have scheduled it and timed it better. But I digress. I'm going on a rant. But I will just say that I'm going to give this match 2.5 rocks. Because honestly, it's just not enough time. And it doesn't really showcase the women's abilities that well, in my opinion. So I'm giving it 2.5 rocks. But I will say I'm very, 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 very happy that Sasha and Naomi won those titles. They deserve. Especially Naomi, because it's been a minute since she had a title. She deserves. Alright, clocking in at 24 minutes and 5 seconds. I do believe this is the longest match period of WrestleMania. Yep, I believe so. Edge versus AJ Styles. Yeah, the match was pretty good. The match was fine. I'm not gonna hold you, I really wasn't that interested. But the match really was good. And we had a surprise, little plot twist when Damian Priest showed up. And apparently him and Edge are stable now. Also, side note, Damian Priest has a beard now. Woo! Man, it's fine. Like, I thought he was cute before. That beard set him off. So yeah, we had that little plot twist, and so now I'm interested to see where this little stable goes and who all joins it, because apparently Rhea Ripley is supposed to be part of it. That would be interesting. But I'm gonna give the match 4 rocks. Alright, so after the longest match of WrestleMania weekend, we had the shortest match that clocked in at 1 minute and 40 seconds. Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch versus Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Yeah, I'm sorry. This match was utter trash. Like, it got cut from WrestleMania Saturday, and it seemed like they just scheduled it in on WrestleMania Sunday just like to say that they did. Because they only gave them 1 minute and 40 seconds. Like, I'm sorry, but the wrong people won that match. It should have been Kofi and Xavier, especially since they were honoring Big E in their match. Yeah, no. So this match gets 0 rocks. No rocks. None. Okay. Alright. So then we had, now they list these as 2 separate matches, so I'm going to combine them. We had Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. And then we had Mr. McMahon versus Pat McAfee. That first match clocked in at 9 minutes and 40 seconds. That second match clocked in as 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the math later and put it on screen because I can't do it in my head right now. I could, but it'll take a minute. So, so this match collective was actually very entertaining. Like, for real, from like Pat was doing his little thing, okay? Pat was doing his thing in that ring, and when he did that suplex from the top rope, Pat, you did your thing, boy. And then Pat got the win. And then Mr. McMahon came in, being a hater as always, and actually doing, you know, okay for a 7-year-old man, all things considered. But then Stone Cold's music came down, thundered everybody, including Pat. It gave Mr. McMahon the worst stunner I have ever seen. Like, that tops the Linda McMahon stunner as worst stunners, like, ever. When I saw it, I was like, what the heck is happening? And Stone Cold just bust out laughing after he gave that man a stunner. Because I know he was thinking, wow, that was trash, my God. But yeah, that was funny. I would give that whole match segment and all the shenanigans 4.5 rocks because it was very entertaining. Alright, so last but not least, coming in at 12 minutes and 15 seconds, we have a winner takes all match for both the WWE Championship and the WWE Universal Championship. And that was Brock Lesnar versus the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. So, okay, so this match honestly was pretty much standard to their other matches. I mean, compared to their other matches, really was not that different. The only thing different about it, I would say, is it kind of ended kind of all of a sudden. Like, I was like, huh, that happened. Because it was like, I don't know, it was just something about the ending. It was quick and it just kind of felt a little off. Now, they said that when Brock put on the Kimura lock, that Roman Reigns legitimately like had a shoulder injury. That's why they ended it earlier. I don't know, but I'm just saying the ending was kind of like a rough. I will say that I was happy that Roman Reigns won because before the match, I thought they were going to give the championship to Brock. I think at this point, Cody Rhodes is probably going to be the one to take the title off him. And I'm thinking they're going to make him lose his title at SummerSlam, but I don't know. we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But the match, I'll give it 3 rocks. Like, it was okay. It's their standard match, so it was okay. Alright, so that concludes all of the matches for WrestleMania weekend. So my top 3 favorite winners for the weekend. Number 3 would be Roman Reigns. Definitely happy that he retained. 2 would be Sasha Banks and Naomi, because Naomi is my favorite out of all the women's wrestlers currently wrestling. And I'm happy that she has a title again. And I'm happy that Sasha has finally won at WrestleMania, because she deserves. And my number one favorite winner for the weekend is definitely Bianca Belair. She's my second favorite female wrestler. And you know what? She lost her title in 20-some seconds at WrestleMania. No, sis deserved to get a title back. Like, what was y'all thinking? But I will say that even though that was trash, it did result in a pretty good storyline. And it was like really, really good to see it culminate at WrestleMania in a good match. Now, my top 3 favorite matches for the weekend. Let's see. Honorable mention. I'm gonna give honorable mention to Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory and Mr. McMahon. Shenanigans, that's why I really liked it. But it didn't have as much shenanigans as Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn, so that's number 3 for me. A giant mousetrap, y'all, come on. It's so goofy, I love it. Number 2 would be Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold, because it had that good nostalgia boost, and it was good to see, you know, Stone Cold, he could still move for 57 years old. That was very impressive. And my number 1 favorite match for WrestleMania 38 is Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. They told a good story. They had some good wrestling. Them girls was fighting, okay? Loved it. Alright, y'all, so that's it for today's review of WrestleMania 38. Overall, I thought WrestleMania was a pretty good show. Yeah, I will give it 4 rocks. I think it was pretty good. So yeah, if you like this video, feel free to hit the like button. Also, if you want to see me talk about wrestling in the future, later on this month, I hope anyway, I will be doing a video about the storyline where Stone Cold got hit by a car. Just reminiscing about that. Yeah, that was crazy and hilarious. So yeah, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you know when I post. If you're new here, you'll quickly learn that I can't talk. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.